So Carla, why are you here today?
I'm here for a frenectomy. I need it because I'm having a lot of neck pain, eye socket pain, face pain everywhere, and it's hard for me to sometimes chew or do some movements with my tongue.
How long have you had it? What's the history of it?
Well, I always had it as a child. I used to have a stiff neck every week since I was very little. And it always was a problem. I could never blow a balloon. It always gave me pain here by the jaw.
Okay.
As long as I remember.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Geis, so what are we hoping to achieve today?
Today we're hoping to achieve complete resolution of any intraoral, labial, lingual restrictions that might be restricting the maxilla, the palate, the jaw, the occiput, the back of the neck, and any of the anterior cervical fascia that goes in through the chest. What I've been experiencing and noticing is that these tongue ties aren't limited to the mouth, and especially when we include the lips, we have a fascial restriction that seems to blend all the way down into the thoracic spine and sometimes even lower. It's a very intricate process. There's lots of little fibers that will hide in the soft tissues that become very significant, and through our experience after releasing these small fibers, people have tremendous results where shoulders are dropping, or they can breathe better, or all of a sudden they can, pass air through their nose. So when you look under the tongue or you look under the lips, sometimes it's very obvious that there's a nice fibrous piece of tissue there. But what we're doing today is using the palpatory expertise or guidance of an osteopath who's trained in assessing the soft tissues and myofascial strains to really target in on areas that are interconnected to restrictions in the mouth. So Dr. Kandel is going to be using a probe inside the mouth to find or touch a tight place or an area where there might be a tension band, and I'm going to be using my osteopathic examination and palpatory skills to say yes, there's a connection between the occiput, or yes, that's significant or not. So it helps us to narrow down what we shouldn't cut and what we should. So it makes it a more effective, more complete procedure, but at the same time we don't cut anything more than we have to. This young girl came in and she said, well, you're going to do the lip too. And the problem with her is that her lips rid up, and she would smile, and she had a really gummy smile, and she's like, oh, I want that to go away. And I said, well, it's because you're lip tied. When she came in, she said, well, let's do the lip as well. And we looked at each other and we were like, okay, let's see. Why not? And I had my hands around the person's shoulders. As soon as that revision was done and the lower lip tie released, it was almost like this superficial opening up of, we call it platysma. So that muscle there, it released, it dropped, and the whole front of the shoulder girdle just relaxed. And so we find that the lip goes all throughout down into the clavicles, that the maxillary ties wrap around and seem to go more into the condyles and where the head meets the neck. And then the tongue has this almost like tube-like release that goes down through the anterior cervical fascia that starts to lift the diaphragm, that starts to open up the chest wall, but also the tongue really does help to drop the shoulders. And it's often like you clip something on the left side, the left shoulder drops, you clip something on the right side, the right shoulder drops. So it's been an evolution and wow, we're getting better results the more complete we go and the more complete we are. So noting that there's no insignificant tie. If there's a tie there and we're releasing them, why not release what's there? Free up the tissue. Small things matter. See how your shoulders just want to pop up. And we're going to look for that to be gone. We're going to look for all of this to be gone afterwards. We want this to be movable, and right now as I try to lift it up towards the ceiling, it's tight. Tight. A little bit better on the left, so there's going to be more restriction that we're going to find in probably in the right base of the tongue.
So since you've done the work, the myofunctional work, obviously you're not done. And what I say, and I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again, I want you to be fanatical about it. I want you to do it all the time. He's an excellent cheerleader for that. But really you do it at home. So
Okay.
you are the most responsible person for it.
Okay.
And you don't stop until there's nothing to do. And that may be 3 months.
Okay.
You don't have to be as fanatical 3 months from now,
Mhm.
but it's something where you've been your whole life with this.
Mhm.
And so what you're gonna want is to not go back.
Mhm.
You don't wanna go back to that tightness.
Mhm.
What you felt like yesterday and today
Mhm.
should feel different how you feel this afternoon and tomorrow. You wanna keep that.
Okay.
So we got tongue
Okay.
exercises. It's just as important to be doing doorway stretches,
Okay.
keeping the shoulders open, hanging over yoga balls, breathing in deep, stretching your hamstrings. This is a body event,
Okay.
so if you're only here, but you're sitting there doing tongue exercises, we're missing the point. This is a restriction that goes all the way down into here, so this is where you want to be. You want to be keeping your shoulders open, you want them to stay down, and it's nice because you can watch your body to see is the restriction creeping back up. Or you might go, oh, this left shoulder feels great, and that right shoulder's creeping back up. You want, your body's going to give you clues. So it's an observation, it's awareness.
Okay.
And don't put all the microscope here, the microscope.
Goes to the,
Yeah.
okay. Alright.
Yeah, everything is the whole body. Everything. We're ready. So this one is pretty obvious. So what I would do is I would ask when I go like this. Yes? Okay. And where does this go?
Into the occiput.
Into the occiput, okay.
I'm feeling an instant change in the occiput.
Okay. I think I'm done. You told me. It's pretty. I can do a little more, like that.
Can you poke? No.
We're done, right? Maybe? I can put a little gel and just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So, what about there?
Yeah.
Yes?
And that goes more into C1.
Into C1.
No.
No. Okay. So I think we're done on top. Lower. So then I would check this one. What does this one tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about this one? One second. I just want to be able to find it. I just saw it, but it then disappeared right there. It's imperceptible, but anything?
Your shoulder does something. It seems to go down to the lower part of the neck and the cervicothoracic junction.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about this one? What about that one? Hmm?
You can feel that?
Well, I didn't get it now, but I'm just wondering since I'm looking at it. What about this one?
I think that's the same one.
Okay. And this one?
No, it's
No.
much more.
Okay. Alright. So, and there's one right, where did I see it? So, 1 and 2.
Way more significant.
Way more significant, yeah. So, are you... This one, right? Yeah. Good?
Yeah, the cranial cervical junction just started opening up nicely.
So, SBS? No. Cranial
More
cervical?
C1 to occiput.
Uh-huh. So, 1 to okay. Okay, so I think what we've done... just want to see something. So... So what I would do is I would take the lip and I would go left to right. So what about this thing right there? No?
I mean,
It's not something to write home about.
It's not something to write home about.
Okay, what about this right here? No. So even though it feels like something, it doesn't reverberate as a restriction.
There is a connection there. There's definitely a little connection, but I'm seeing the head and the neck so good right now that I wonder about risk benefit. Is it gonna?
Right. Okay. So we can leave it alone. And if we ever need to come back, we can always come back. Okay. On this side, I don't see anything.
She went from completely locked
To release.
mobile and fluid. I can translate C1 back and forth nice and easy. If there's anything, will you go back to that right side one more time?
Let me find it again. Right there.
So I've got my hands right on a muscle that's tight, and that goes right to that muscle that's tight.
Okay. So what do you say?
I would say that's what's significant.
Significant?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can tell how it's hidden and it looks like fatty tissue, but it's a band and it appears to be a flat band. And when I need to talk a line pops out. So I'm going to get you now here. And I'm going to
Even you just putting the probe there, going back and forth over that, started to move this muscle.
Okay.
So that even more.
Okay.
Well, you know, it's interesting when you get into C1 and C2, they fan out, they go up into the temporal bone, and then there's so much that goes from the temporal bone over into the jaw. So how much is this whole jaw pain my whole life? All of the soft tissue that's in there, and yeah, we got to release this and get the neck pain. But what about the jaw? There's so much TMJ here.
Okay. So where were we? There. We were there. It's okay? It's okay with you? What else did we want to do?
One over
What
there.
about this thing right there?
The
Yeah.
size was there.
Here you go. You good?
Smidgen more medial.
Medium?
Yeah.
Okay. And this one right here? Right there. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you feel?
The highway actually just started to move a little bit better.
Okay. Alright. So we are done there. So here I go. What did you feel there?
It's C1.
C1.
It's got this oblique cavus that goes up to the head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
So let me check it again. Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. Alright. So we're done there. Okay. Okay. Let's go up. Up. Up and away. That was an interesting release.
Now we're getting down. That top was at like C4. Now you're at like C6, C7. Here goes C7.
Okay, go up. Don't get lazy on us now. Go to the top. Yep, to the top. Go up again. So, go sort of to the front teeth, behind the air. Yep. So, go up. Go up. Go up. Stay there. Okay, go up again. Stick it back out. Okay. Let's try without the pillow for you. So what you're telling me is go right there. You're doing great. You felt it?
You feel this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Where did you feel?
Right where your hand is, you went there.
Okay, so stick it tongue out again. Nice. Okay, go up. Okay, not back, but up. Up. Okay.
So now you're moving back and forth. Your shoulders are dropping. That feels. Whatever the last like 3 that you did were all C17-1. They were all exactly where she needed. So this feels like night and day difference. I couldn't even translate her up towards the ceiling, and now she's got a lot of compliance in there. The first rib is released from T1. I mean, these shoulders, I can push them down, and they're not in this like recoil where they snap back up. Let's see the neck. You know, the interesting thing is the arch. So she had the arch in. She's had a week of not being able to have proper swallowing, biting, and all that. There was a little bit of irritation there from the arch. So from what I'm seeing, that section really good. That's really good.
It doesn't hurt anymore.
It doesn't hurt anymore?
He always hurt on my life. Deep touch.
Lucy.
Hold it down.
No? Okay. Alright. So then we're good? Suck it up again. Do the cave. I just want to see. Swallow first. Sorry. Close and swallow. And suck it up. And open wide. Make a cave in the palate. Okay. Alright. So we're good? So Carla, it's been a month and a half since we did a frenectomy, and if I remember correctly, you've had pain since you were a child.
Yes.
So tell me, how are you today?
In this month and a half that it has passed, I have improved, I would say 90%. I have no pain on my neck. I can more flexible with my tongue. I actually can open my mouth wider. And I find that I can actually, when I'm like moving my neck or my face, I don't feel the tightness in my mouth or soreness on my cheeks. So it has improved a lot, which I feel very pleased about.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.